March is turning out to be an amazing month for PlayStation deals. We got some of the best AAA games with the craziest discounts, as well as indie hits, all for less than $5. I am going to start this list with one of the more dynamic sniper games ever made, Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts, Full Arsenal Edition at 90% off for $5. This one focuses on open-ended sniper missions where you choose how to eliminate targets. You can go loud, stealthy, or fully tactical. The maps are designed to give you multiple approaches, and landing those long-distance headshots feels incredibly satisfying. I think for $5 with all the extra content included, this is actually a strong value if you enjoy slower, methodical shooters. Then we got one of the best adventure games, Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is currently 85% off at $4.50 right now. This is easily one of the strongest entries in the modern Tomb Raider trilogy. This game balances action, exploration, and actual tomb puzzles way better than the 2013 reboot. The environments are gorgeous, the stealth is solid, and the optional challenge tombs are genuinely fun to figure out. And there's actually this 20-year celebration edition that also includes extra content and DLC, so you're getting the full package, which is ridiculous for this price. Then we have the Sinking City Necronomicon edition at 90% off for $6. This one is more of a slow burn detective horror experience. You're investigating strange cases in a flooded city inspired by Lovecraft-style cosmic horror. It's less about action and more about solving cases, exploring creepy environments, and piecing together clues yourself. The combat can feel a bit rough, but the atmosphere carries it hard. So guys, if you like investigative games with horror vibes, it's $1 more than what we're looking for, but it's a solid price for the value. Then we got this awesome survival game, The Forest, which is 70% off also for $6. And it really is one of the best survival horror games you can grab at this price. In this one, you crash on an island, and from there it's all about gathering resources, building shelter, crafting weapons, and surviving against some very disturbing enemies. The cave exploration is where the game really shines. It's tense, dark, and genuinely creepy. Solo is great, but guys, co-op makes it even better. Then we got Outlast 2 at 75% off for $5. And this game is straight up stress with the whole hiding and stuff. You cannot fight back. You can only run, hide, and survive while being chased through one of the most disturbing horror settings out there. The tension is constant, especially during the chase sequences. It's not for everyone, but if you want pure horror with zero power fantasy, I think $5 is a crazy deal. Then we got Zombie Army 4, Dead War, at 90% off for $5, and this is just dumb, chaotic co-op fun. You're blasting through waves of Nazi zombies with over-the-top weapons, slow-motion kill cams, and ridiculous special enemies. It's not trying to be deep or emotional, it's all about mowing down hordes with your friends, just spraying down bullets and stuff. But yeah, the solo is fine, however co-op is where this game really shines. This is an easy pickup if you want mindless action. Then we have Inside at 90% off for just $2.49, and this is one of the most atmospheric indie games ever made. There's barely any dialogue, no hand-holding, and almost no UI. The game just throws you into this dark, mysterious world and lets the environment tell the story. The puzzles are smart, the pacing is tight, and the ending is something you'll definitely remember. I think for $2.50, this is honestly a no-brainer. Next up is Saints Row the 3rd Remastered at 85% off for $4.49, and this, you already know, is pure mayhem in the best way possible. This game doesn't take itself seriously at all. You've got insane weapons, ridiculous missions, wild character customization, and just non-stop sandbox madness. It's basically open-world mayhem turned up to 11. It's like GTA but crazier and more superpower-ish. Then there's Homefront, The Revolution at 90% off for $2. And for $2, this is hard to ignore. It's an open-zone FPS set in an alternate future where you're fighting back against an occupying force. The gunplay is decent, and there's some freedom in how you approach missions. It's not a masterpiece by any means, but for the price of a soda, you're getting a full campaign shooter. Now we've got Child of Light at 70% off for $4.50. And this game is just beautiful. It's a side-scrolling RPG with a storybook art style and a surprisingly solid turn-based combat system. The soundtrack, the narration, the overall feel of the game, it's like playing through a fairy tale. It's not super long, but it's memorable for what it's worth. Now, for those who love more bike riding stuff, we also got Trials Rising at 80% off for $4, and this is pure skill-based frustration in the best way possible. The whole game is about mastering physics-based bike tracks that get increasingly insane. At first it seems simple, but later tracks demand near-perfect control and timing. It's addictive because you always feel like you can do just a little better. Or, if you are more into car driving, we also got Gravel at 90% off for just $2. And this is pure arcade off-road racing. This is not a hardcore simulator. It's fast, flashy, and built around quick races across dirt tracks, deserts, forests, and snow. The handling is simple enough to jump into immediately, which makes it perfect if you just want something fun and casual. Then we got Chained Together, which is 35% off at $4.54. Not a big discount, but it's still good to include for a co-op game. You and your friends are literally chained together, trying to climb and platform your way upward without dragging each other down. Communication is everything here. One wrong move and everyone pays for it. It's frustrating, hilarious, and perfect for content or party sessions. Then there's Guts and Glory at 75% off for $3.74. And this game is just ridiculous physics-based madness, and trust me, it's crazy. You're going through obstacle courses filled with traps, spikes, explosions, and things go wrong constantly. It's not about clean gameplay. It's about chaotic, over-the-top ragdoll crashes. If you enjoy games that don't take themselves seriously at all, this is a fun pickup for cheap. Then we got UNBOX, Newbie's Adventure, which is 85% off at $4.49. And this is a surprisingly charming 3D platformer. You literally play as a cardboard box delivering yourself. It's colorful, goofy, and clearly inspired by old-school mascot platformers. The movement is simple, the worlds are bright, and it has that classic collectathon feel. For under $5, it's a nice nostalgic-style game to have in your library. Then we've got Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition at 75% off for $5. This is more zombie-slaying action with a big focus on melee combat and co-op play. You crafting weapons is still one of the highlights. Turning everyday items into ridiculous zombie-killing tools never gets old. It's not the most polished game ever, but with friends, it's actually a blast. $5 for hours of co-op zombie carnage is solid value. Next up, we got Moto X GP3 at 90% off for just $2. And if you're into motocross, this is a serious deal. This one leans more into simulation compared to arcade racers. The tracks get rough, the bikes feel weighty, and you actually have to control your landings properly. It won't be for everyone, but it's a very low-risk pickup if you enjoy racing games with a bit more realism. Then we got Hob at 80% off for $4. This is an action-adventure game focused on exploration and environmental puzzles. There's no traditional dialogue. The world tells the story through visuals and design. Combat is simple but satisfying, and unlocking new abilities gradually opens up more of the world. It's calm, mysterious, and surprisingly polished. It's truly an underrated gem. For $4, this is a very underrated gem. Then we got LEGO Marvel Superheroes at 75% off for $5, and this is one of the best LEGO games out there. You've got a massive roster of Marvel characters, open-world New York to explore, and that classic LEGO humor that somehow works for both kids and adults. The puzzles are simple, the combat is light, but the charm carries it. It's really an easy pick if you want something fun and relaxed. Then there's Super Meat Boy at 75% off for $3.74. And this game is super fun. At least, I had a very fun time with it. The levels here are short, but brutally precise. You will die a lot. But the controls are tight, instant respawns keep things fast, and beating a hard level feels insanely satisfying. It's one of those games where skill actually matters. For under $4, this is a classic you should have in your library. Now we've got Streets of Rogue at 75% off for $5, and this one is a hit one in a top-down sandbox. Every match and run in this game is different. You can play as different character types, like hacker, soldier, bartender, thief, and each one changes how you approach missions. You can go stealthy, diplomatic, or just cause total destruction. It's unpredictable and packed with replay value. It's a great deal. Great value for money. Then we got this game called Himno, which is 90% off for 49 cents. I haven't actually tried this yet, but I am about to, so why not share it with you guys as well? This is a minimalist platformer with randomly generated levels and a very calm, almost meditative vibe. There's no combat, no pressure, just movement and exploration with relaxing music in the background. For less than $1, it's basically pocket change for a chill experience. Then we got 8-bit Armies at 88% off for $1.79. It's a classic-style real-time strategy game with simple mechanics and colorful blocky visuals. You build bases, gather resources, create units, and overwhelm your opponent. It's easy to understand, which makes it approachable even if you're not a hardcore RTS player. Not a big title, but still great for those who just want a chill, real-time strategy experience. Next up is Neversong at 70% off for $4.49, and this one's got a very dark Tim Burton type vibe. It's a side-scrolling adventure with light combat and puzzle solving, but the real focus is the atmosphere and story. The art style is creepy but beautiful, and the soundtrack really adds to that unsettling tone. It's not super long, but it sticks with you. This is a solid pick if you like moody indie games. And then we got Defunct at 90% off for $1. And this one is a momentum-based platformer where speed is everything. You're constantly rolling downhill, building momentum, and trying to maintain flow without wiping out. It's short, simple, and built around smooth movement. So yeah, guys, these are just a handful of the many awesome deals live on Sony PlayStation right now. If you found this video helpful in any way, please hit that like button. It's 100% free and it helps out a lot. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.